It's more so this rooted in this outdated, soul-sucking, archaic way of thinking that is, for fear of stepping on toes, rooted in the patriarchy. Let's be real.
I feel like dancing, even if it's raining. I'm not complaining.
Hello, everyone. Elle is here today on the Empowered Global Women in Business podcast. And I am speaking with the beautiful Shauna Van Mourik. Hi, Shauna. Welcome.
Hello, and thank you so much for having me on this show.
Using authentic branding and marketing strategies, Shauna empowers ambitious women to show up as confident leaders in their communities, attracting aligned clients and growing their businesses. Psychology-based, goal-oriented, and people-focused, Shauna believes that marketing confidence makes a difference in that it not only has to convert, but feel good too. Tell us how this experience with authentic branding started in marketing. Where did this passion come from?
Oh, that's a really great question. And truthfully, I've always kind of been the person who was a bit of an outlier as I was in my childhood, in my adolescence, as an adult. And the idea that I thought differently than others, and kind of the idea, I often say I like to color, garden, and think outside of the box. That
Love it.
kind of mentality has always kind of rooted itself within my soul. And
Yeah.
I noticed that there were a lot of other people kind of in the same lane. So I wasn't as much of an outlier as I thought. The problem is that the status quo, when it comes to entrepreneurship, marketing, branding, etc., is not really made for us. Us innovative thinkers, us creative-minded, human-centered, goal-oriented people who want to make a positive change in the world. It's more so this rooted in this outdated, soul-sucking, archaic way of thinking that is, for fear of stepping on toes, rooted in the patriarchy. Let's be real. I wanted to develop something that was a lot more feminine, a lot more, and I mean feminine spirited, right? I don't mean necessarily drinking high tea and having lace on your countertops. I just mean feminine in spirit. And I wanted to make sure that it was very rooted in who we are as people, no matter where on the normal scale you fall, because normal is a drier setting. So I started creating this modality in branding and marketing that leveraged your authentic truth and allowed you to attract clients in a way that feels good to you and to them, because it does make a difference.
Yes. I love that. My background is marketing. I think we briefly talked about that, but I love that you add that layer of who that person is, because the more authentic we show up, the more natural we show up, we talk to our clients, to potential clients, to existing, to the world, the more people will connect to you with who you are. And that might not attract the others, which is what we want, right? And so I love what you do through that, because it's that additional of not following the same structure of marketing, whatever it is, that format everywhere, but really adding that additional authenticity.
Absolutely. The problem is that you oftentimes in this world of entrepreneurship, especially if you're a solopreneur or a startup or a micro business owner, you're given like this mold, right? You're given this mold to fit into that is the mold of success, whatever that means to whoever made the mold. Which, remember, people's definitions of success are very different depending on the person, right? So you're given this mold and you're forced to fit into it, contorting and twisting to try to fit into something. It wasn't made for you. And in the end, what happens is it winds up cutting off the most brilliant parts of you, the parts that actually make you stand out. And that's what I had a problem with. And that's what I sought to change, and luckily was able to achieve such change in the strategies and structures that I've created that are structured enough and proven enough that they get results, play, and enjoy what you do as your authentic self, even if you're inventing words like flexible.
Beautiful, flexible. Yes. Yes. We are creating new words. Look at that. So let's talk about how you help clients, right? Through your programs. And I know you have marketing confidence program. If you could talk about that and how you can help someone who is listening right now, needing that marketing authenticity added. If you could elaborate
Yeah,
on the marketing
absolutely.
confidence. I like marketing confidence. I like that.
Yes. Well, the fact of the matter is, and this is why this program is named the Marketing Confidence Six-Figure
Uh-huh.
Program, because you can't effectively market if you haven't tapped into your comfortable confidence. Comfortable confidence is a story for maybe later, but that truth exists. And I just want you to know that first. This program is a really interesting program in such that it's taken a number of different things that I've been doing all along for my almost decade of time in branding and marketing and put it together into a phased approach to getting an entrepreneur, specifically female coaches and therapists, service-based entrepreneurs, to surplus their income beyond six figures. So maybe they're at six figures and they just haven't quite been able to break through beyond, right? Or maybe they haven't made it there. Maybe they're just like in the, okay, I've got this thing, I've got this saleable offer, but I'm not really sure how to position it and how to show up in a way that makes sense to me and do so consistently while earning money consistently as well, right? Sustainability is at the root of all that I do, because burnout is not sexy. Let's be real. Burnout is not sexy. So we need this to be sustainable and true to you, authentic. So this program is actually 5 stages. And I'll quickly kind of do a broad overview of the stages.
Yeah,
it's a very robust program. But I think this will give you kind of the gist of what it's all about. So we've got phase 1, and phase 1 is all about your brand. This is all about your brand identity. We're not necessarily talking about the pretty colors and fonts and logos that people usually associate with brand. We're talking about your brand identity, your messaging, your core offers, what it means to show up as you, what are your values, and what are the content pillars or connection pillars that I like to call them, that you stand upon in order to really reach your ideal audience. We come to a firm understanding of that. We're also kind of starting the process of networking, learning what does it actually look like and how do you network effectively using this new refined messaging. We move into phase 2. Phase 2 is all about how you're showing up in the world. Where are you showing up? How are you showing up? How are you articulating the things that you want to articulate in a way that not only attracts your ideal or dream clients, but also makes them want more? This is the marketing strategy side of things. We then move on to stage 3, which is more along the lines of community building. This is where you've gotten into that pattern of showing up in stage 2. Now we're leveraging it to grow your audience. Whether we're doing that on social media or whether we're doing that with an email list and a lead magnet is completely unique to you. In fact, you could and should do both. But we're growing that audience. People who are dedicated to your mission, to your values, to your beliefs, and the outcome that you provide. We move on to stage 4, and that's all about conversion. How do you take this audience you've created and convert them into loyal, dedicated dream clients who not only want to work with you, but want to spread the word, telling others about their journey with you, their experience with you, referring people into your world? That is just as crucial as all the rest of it, if not more so, right? Now, stage 5 is a cumulative type of phase. Stage 5 is cumulative, but it's also the thing that really makes a difference. So we'll get to that in a moment. I want to tell everybody that if you don't listen to Jason Mraz, you totally should, because Jason Mraz is one of my favorite performers, one of my favorite artists. And he makes up words all the time. He is the wordplay master. Wordplay is one of his older songs, and it's so fun to listen to his intelligence within the words that he uses within his songs. It's also, I would say 95% of his songs are uplifting and joyful. So if you want to add a little bit of fun and play, listen to Jason. Jason Mraz at the Moranch, speaking of making up words, because he has an avocado Moranch in California.
Oh,
I'll set that aside. Shameless promotion of one of my favorite artists. Phase 5, we're going to go back to that thought of sustainability. You will have been taught a number of detailed things over the course of the 4 phases that include things, tactical, practical things like analytics, data collection, KPIs, things that people go about. I know, trust me, I get it. But in stage 5, we've been learning how to use it. In stage 5, we learn how to wrap it all up in a bow and make executive CEO level decisions based on that information. So this is where we're really doing a when then approach so that you can continue to let your business grow. So you're doing everything yourself or with a small team up to that point. At this point, we're deciding when this happens, then I hire this, then I outsource this. I don't want to do that anymore, so I'm giving it to someone else. We will have talked about it all along, but this stage 5 is about sustainability to make sure that you don't need to keep coming back to a program like what I have or a program like somebody else promises so that you can keep growing. I don't believe in giving somebody the fish. I want to teach them how to fish, and that's what this program is about. In summation, 5 phases take you from literally point A to point Z, and you have a multi-6-figure business that can thrive on its own with you actually working on it rather than in it.
Awesome. I love it. And I love the beginning stages. That I love this sequence, like the chose for it, where you're starting with really foundational things, value, messaging, and then you're leading up to the results, thought through program. I know our listeners will get the links, but as we are talking about it, and you're based in Canada, but you do serve globally, correct?
I do. The cool thing about my journey is that I actually started quite a while before COVID happened. And I know that a lot of people entered into the online world during COVID. And so they kind of defaulted into certain modes. But I started before COVID and immediately went global, which was crazy because everybody kind of went global during COVID. I went global. I was working with people from New Zealand, from Germany, Australia, all over the United States and Mexico. And it was so fun. It was exhilarating. And then after COVID, I went, you know what? I kind of want to hunker down here. I kind of want to meet people in real life, shake their hands. Now I have traveled and met my global people and been able to give them hugs. But I want to do that more often. So I have really hunkered down here, but it's so joyful to think about how my little Canadian business has reached all around the world and has been able to just allow myself to grow as much as the people who work with me. And I'm always grateful for that. So so that was a long answer.
Congratulations.
But it's
beautiful. Congratulations. It is beautiful. Celebrating that. Yay. I love it. So how can our listeners find your either marketing conference program or just your website where everything, all the information is?
Absolutely. Yeah. So my website is just my name. It's my first and middle name. Shauna Lee is my name. Shaunaleigh.com. That's my website. ShaunaLee.com. Go there, go to services. Everything's outlined there. You get to apply. The program is an application only program. You need to apply to be a part of it. It is really bespoke, high touch program. But there are a number of other ways that you can reach out. And I'm also not the kind of person who bites if you say hello. So connect with me, say hi, and I would be more than happy to just chat. To just get to know you.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, love it, love it. And again, we'll post all the links, how to connect with Shauna, but do connect with her. Something resonated. Allow the authentic branding, and the program sounds amazing as well. I want to talk about you building as a woman, a business builder, entrepreneur, ladypreneur, building your business. How has it been for you to be building? And you started before COVID to be building business on your own terms as a woman.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really beautiful question. And I have to admit that I actually just recently got off of a soapbox talking about this because I feel like as women, we are often told to sit down, be quiet, share when you're asked, and only share what is needed. Pat on the head, go sit in the corner again. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I am tired of it. I was that person as a kid who would have been very loud and rambunctious. In fact, I'm a late diagnosed ADHDer. So you can imagine as a child, I wasn't bouncy, but I was opinionated and loud, and my mind worked a million miles a minute. And I was excited for that. But I was repeatedly told those words. No, sit down. Shh, be quiet. No, that's not how a lady acts. Well, I learned very quickly to be quiet, to sit down, to act like a lady. And it was debilitating.
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible. And so what I want to share about my journey into entrepreneurship is the opposite. It was liberating. I was able to connect with other women who had a vision, who had a beautiful growth mindset within their beautifully intelligent minds, who were thinking gardening and coloring outside the box, who related, who were ready to make that positive change in the world.
Yeah.
And so I slowly but surely cracked that nut and was able to be my full self, which of course inspires all that I do today in not only my business, but in my life as well, in all of my volunteer work and all of my time with my children. I'm a mom of 3. They're school aged at the time of this recording, and they're a handful. And it's so fun and invigorating and filled with play and imagination and joy. So that truly is my journey as a ladypreneur.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I can totally relate, and it's just so beautiful to we start a business, we're building the business, but there are so many things that liberate us in the process, that open up for us in the process that we didn't even think about when we thought, oh, I'm just gonna I'm gonna start this business, right? And then in the process we're like, oh, we're uncovering the sides of us. And that's my favorite part about being an entrepreneur, this growth that comes with it, and that never really stops with each level that we are moving towards to.
And I want to know,
so thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
You and I both, I think, are very solution focused, positive, growth minded individuals.
Yeah.
And this is a yes, and there's also the side that it's hard. And I don't want to downplay that with all of my expressions of joy and growth and self-discovery, because that joy and growth and self-discovery came with hardship, failure, difficult lessons, self-awareness that I didn't like for a while. So I just want to honor that side of things as well.
Absolutely.
Knowing that it is a journey and it's going to have peaks and valleys.
Yeah, and that's the growth of it, right? When
that's it.
We cannot grow just walking the straight line, the straight path. When we know, and when we're walking, we have to pivot, or we have to. It is not an easy business building, not an easy thing to do for sure. I'm glad that you went there, because that was my next question. Perfect. In this business building phase, over the years, for our listeners, those who have been building the business and are building, and maybe getting to the next level, or those who are thinking, maybe I should explore and launch a business, what would be one of the biggest lessons that you could offer, that you learned in your journey?
Right. Biggest lessons. You know what's funny is I have to come full circle. Mm-hmm. My biggest lesson really was to trust myself and know that I am enough, that I have what I need already.
Yep.
And I'm not saying, and again, everything has two sides. I am not a black and white person. I am very much a gray area person. There's always wiggle room. There's always spectrum. So when I say that you trust yourself, trust your intuition, know who you are, and if you don't quite know right now, discover who you are and take the leap to do so. Those lessons that you learned there, I think, are what allow you to be receptive to trusting others in a way that's in alignment with you. So I'm not saying that you have all you need right now within you, in such that you know how to do your finances. I don't know how to do my finances. Are you kidding me? I'm a brand and marketing person. I have a bookkeeper, right? I have a bookkeeper and accountant. She's wonderful. But it wasn't until I trusted myself enough to say, that's not really a thing that I want to learn and do. I'm going to focus my expertise on this, and I'm going to delegate to her.
Yeah.
And allowing that to be okay, and not letting my pride get in the way.
Absolutely.
I think that vein. I'm sorry I couldn't say it more concisely, but I think you understand just that,
absolutely,
that authenticity and self-trust.
Yeah, knowing our own strengths is so important. And instead of correcting the weaknesses, if we go deeper into where we are strong, and then, yeah, for sure, delegating and then trusting yourself. Yeah, yeah. Where what also helped me is separating myself from the business. Sometimes we are so vested in the business that if something goes wrong, we are so connected to it that it can touch almost who we are. But this is not who we are. It's just two separate things. So I think it's important to understand that it's not a straight path, and pivot, but it's not really who I am. I'm still who I am. I'm still enough, and I'm this person, and I am building this, and I'm doing this. So I think it's important sometimes to separate. Even though with branding, it's a lot of the times it's we are the person, but yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
It's a fine line, right? Your personal brand
Fine line.
fits into your professional brand, but you are
Yeah.
not
Mm-hmm.
your business.
Yeah. Right.
It's that. So in holding hands with that, I want to add that, that trusting yourself and knowing knowing the things that you're not necessarily skilled at,
Yeah.
knowing that you're not your business. And I think the umbrella that's housed under is the idea of community and connection.
Yeah.
I think that those two things exist and flourish within the space of community, both professionally and personally. So understand that you are connected by people and you may not even realize how connected you are to these people. So please just trust the fact that you're connected to people who are here for you, who support you, who want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
If you don't know them by name yet, you will. Lean into it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful segue into our rapid fire questions today. Let me know when you're ready.
Hold on. I'm going to shift my body. We'll sit.
Yes.
I brace myself. Go ahead. I love this. This is going to be great.
Love it. Your favorite book name is?
My favorite book name. Okay, so twofold. Favorite book name of a book that I have read. I like F the Shoulds. P.S. The foreword was written by Jason Mraz. So F the Shoulds, because I strongly believe in it. Favorite book name that I've written, because I'm actually writing a manuscript, is Working Title Guide. So bear with me. I was going to say yes. I'm very passionate about this book, and this is a working title, but I still love it. It is the neuroscience of confidence in the Wooniverse. So bear with me.
Very cool.
So
very cool. So maybe we'll do another one of these conversations when the book is out, and we'll talk about the book, because I love the name. I wanna tap into more. Definitely. When are you planning to publish?
That's been the question, hasn't it? I was hoping for before the end of this year. We're in the final stretch, and it might have to be pushed to the beginning of next year, but we'll see. We'll see, because you never know. Sometimes I get a fire lit under my behind, and if you reach out to me, Elle, and you're like, Shauna, where's the book? I might be like, oh, yeah. Shauna's got to finish the book.
Finish the book. Whenever it's ready, I'll be happy. We'll have another conversation, talk about it.
Yeah.
Love the working name. Yes. Beach or mountains?
Mountains.
Favorite international destination to visit?
It has to be international. Well, I mean, I guess all of nations are international. I like where I live.
Yeah.
I like where I live.
It's international for me.
I'm just thinking, it's international. I love where I live. I'm in Ontario, Canada, and if I could go, I would like to be more northerly. I grew up near Georgian Bay. It's cottage country. It's beautiful. It's not mountainous.
Yeah.
And it does have beaches, but they're not ocean beaches. They're lake beaches. And they're not necessarily mountains. They're very big hills that have flourishing forests all over them. It's stunning. Beautiful. So, home.
Summer or winter?
Summer. I'm from a Canadian. Okay, summer.
Yeah. Okay, and the final question is things that you have discovered about yourself recently.
That I'm a bit of a control freak. I like having my fingers in everything. I like, and this is what people need to understand, is that your flaws and your strengths are often two sides of the same coin. I like digging deep. I like getting sticky into things. I like understanding how things work and helping people to divulge that. That's why I'm good at branding. That's why I'm amazing at what I do in that space. I like having my fingers in everything. I like getting sticky in things. That's why it can be challenging to delegate and outsource deliverables, social media graphics, etc. So accepting that in myself, the fact that I am that person, has allowed me to go, okay, it's okay to trust. It's okay to know that this person's got it covered. So I needed to realize that before I was able to heal a little bit, because it's a process, and begin to give to I have a unicorn virtual assistant who is amazing, and I've always said it, and I needed to say out loud that I was the problem, I was the bottleneck, in order to be able to move into that. So I'd say that is my biggest realization.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. When we are open like that, right? And thank you for being transparent.
Always.
It is a beautiful question to me always, because I think when we face that, whatever we're learning, and it's constant learning about ourselves, right? It's so important, whatever it is. Yeah. It's just having that awareness about it. So thank you for playing.
I love this type of game because I am that transparent person. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm an open book. Ask me the question, I'll tell you the answer. You may not always like it, but I'm going to tell it to you, and I'm going to tell it to you with warmth, compassion, and love. So
yeah, awesome. I love it. In conclusion, we will post all the links how to connect with Shauna, like I said earlier, and everything. And just thank you so much for taking the time. Always great to talk to you. And anything else you want to share with our audience before we close?
I'm looking forward to speaking with you, all of you, because every one of the people who are watching today, and even if you haven't watched, if you've got a friend who didn't watch this today, that you know, because I know you know just as much as I do, you have something important to say. And there are people in this world who are sitting on their hands waiting to hear what you have to say, as only you can say it. And I want to hear it too. And I'd like to help you spread the word. So reach out and connect. All the links are below. I don't bite, at least not hard. So reach out and say hello.
Thank you, Shauna. Thank you for being here today. And I will talk to you soon. This was an Empowered Global Women in Business podcast. If you'd like to be on this podcast, email us